May 9th, 1945 and May 9th, 2025 is very different. If you go to celebrate Victory Day to Moscow, you celebrate the army which is killing people in Ukraine, and this cannot be. Your government will only get the money if they will deliver on the reforms which have been agreed. But there are, I call them external disruptive forces who would like to see us fail. You fail and Europe fail in the sense that you will not become a member. In the negotiation process or accession process with Moldova, we will be successful if we will take Moldova out of the Russian influence sphere. Yes, we can stop our financial program immediately. Romania has benefited a lot of the EU membership and is a strong supporter of the enlargement today, and I hope that this will be also in the future.
Bun regăsit la Podcast ZdCE, sunt Natalia Zaharescu și aceasta este o ediție specială, invitata căreia este doamna Marta Kos, Comisara Europeană pentru Extindere, aflată într-o vizită de 3 zile în Republica Moldova, dedicată Zilei Europei. Welcome, Madam Commissioner, to Ziarul de Gardă and to Republic of Moldova.
Bună ziua!
You came here on the Europe Day. Why did you decide to spend the Europe Day in Republic of Moldova?
There are many reasons why I'm here on this special day, but the most important is that my vision is to help your country to become a member of the EU. One reason. The second reason is that on this day we celebrate peace and unity in Europe. And the European Union was established to take care of the peace in Europe. And we cannot provide peace and freedom in Europe as long as there is war and as long as we will not be united. And Moldova is already a part of Europe. On the way to become a member of the EU, it has to do a lot, but the future is there. And I'm very happy your goal to reach or to become a member of the EU is in your constitution. You are working on it, and I haven't seen that much energy with any other candidate country, because you really want to deliver, and that's why actually it's my not just obligation, but I feel it in my heart that we are a team in this project.
Maybe you saw today some political forces. You talked about peace, but we have war in Ukraine, but we had some parades of the political forces with Soviet symbols or even the symbols of the war, Russian symbols of the war. What was your feeling when you saw it, and what do you think about that?
People have different relation to the history. Some people have been hurt in the past, some people are hurt today. I think if this is the expression of a few people, it is their way of expressing this. It can become dangerous if this would be on the higher level, promoted by the politicians, or if there would be a huge group who would actually like to come back for what actually the regime of ex-Soviet Union stands, or want to go to the regime which is now being represented by the present Russia. I was in Serbia last week and I was discussing with the president. He decided to go there today. I don't like it. And I told him, and I told also the media there, May 9th, 1945 and May 9th, 2025 is very different. If you go to celebrate Victory Day to Moscow, you celebrate the army which is killing people in Ukraine. And this cannot be.
Today you signed here in Chisinau on May 9th the economic package for Moldova, the growth package, which is very, very important for our development. And my question would be, how can European institution ensure that this money, a lot of money, about 2 billion euros, will be spent efficiently and transparently?
This is a very good question. It is a so-called growth plan, not just the economic plan. It is financial instrument. And with this instrument, we want to help your economy to thrive, but we also want to help in many different areas. In the transport area, and for me, very important area is social area, meaning that we will modernize and build hospitals, schools, taking care of more child care places. Back to your question. This instrument is based on conditionality, meaning that your government will only get the money if they will deliver on the reforms which have been agreed. And there are more than 130 reforms which Moldova now have to deliver. We have a special team which is responsible for Moldova, and we will evaluate your results, and only based on your results then you will get the money. Then we have a special audit commission, and of course this growth plan has been also adopted in the European Parliament and in the Council, meaning that not that we will take care about the transparency here in Moldova. European Parliament will take care and will look into our work of the European Commission if this money was spent as it should be.
I am asking this question because there were some allegations from some political forces that the European money will be spent in electoral meanings, because we have parliamentary elections and will be supporting the party which is in power now.
Yeah, this is not possible. As I have said, there are reforms. It is true that one part of this reform is working on the institutions, because no country can become a member of the EU without strong institutions who actually will enable Moldova to be a democratic country which is respecting human rights, freedom, minority, and so on. So we will very carefully how the money is spent.
In your opinion, how prepared our authorities are in this negotiations process?
There is a lot of energy, and there is a clear vision to fulfill the goal which is in the Constitution I was mentioning at the beginning, becoming a member of the EU. Where we have to work a lot on is especially what I have mentioned before, are the institutions. For instance, we demand that the first cluster, so-called fundamentals, the country has to fulfill the specific criteria on the field of judiciary, human rights, building institutions. So the institutions have to be capable of taking care of anti-corruption or judiciary system and so on. So the institutions, there is in some respect not enough human power, or the institutions are not working well, or there are no institutions. So one part of this growth plan is also helping you building or make these institutions stronger.
Which are the vulnerabilities, in your opinion, of our country or our society, which is going towards EU integration?
One of these I have already mentioned is one of the vulnerabilities is not yet strong enough institutions. But we will help, and we will also invest money. The other vulnerability I see, and this is especially in the case of Moldova, are the disruptions from the outside. I will go one step back. For the first time in the history, in the enlargement process, we are confronted that it is not only about the candidate country like Moldova, it is not only about the European Union, which wants to see you a member state, but there are, I call them external disruptive forces who would like to see us fail. You fail and Europe fail in the sense that you will not become a member. I'm speaking about the disinformation. I'm speaking about the hybrid war. And you have gone through this hybrid war last year or are going through this all the time. So this is where I see the vulnerability. But you're not the only country. You know, we have development in Romania. We have development in many, many other before Eastern European countries, now members of the EU. And therefore, this is also for us a new area. And for the first time in the history, we are deploying here in Moldova, we call it so-called rapid action team, who is now, we have sent European Union, and the member states have sent specialists to Moldova who help to fight disinformation. And I think that this is one of the biggest dangers we have in Europe today, not at all only in Moldova.
So could Europe help Moldova not to fall back into Russian sphere of influence? Because the disruptions you talked about, as we can see, are coming from Russia.
Yeah. And this is now, again, we can see the connection between strong institutions and fighting disinformation, because if the institutions are strong, then also people will believe those institutions, or that institutions will react when there is a clear indication that Russia has sent money to Moldova to buy the votes.
Yes.
Meaning if the institutions will react, you know, there are consequences. If there are no consequences, this would mean, okay, the Russians can do whatever they want. And you have said it nice, you know, and I think that in the negotiation process or accession process with Moldova, we will be successful if we will take Moldova out of the Russian influence sphere.
We have parliamentary elections in September, which can result in a government and a parliament which will not be so pro-European, will have different values, or even will be pro-Russian. What can happen with our way to European integration? Can it happen that it will be frozen? Or can it be reversed even?
Yeah, this is a very good question. Our support is not connected to a specific government. It is connected to the government who has decided to go the European path. So my hope is that after the elections, we will again get the government which will be pro-European and which will actually fulfill what is in your constitution, taking care of EU membership. Of course, we can never know what will happen, but I hope everything will be okay. If not, and we have some cases like this, you know, Turkey is a candidate country, but we have frozen the negotiations already 6 years back. Georgia is also a candidate country. We don't negotiate because they were backsliding. So yes, we can stop our financial program immediately, stopping completely. We can also do it reversed in the way of, this would be in the worst case that we take away candidate status. So I really have trust in the people of Moldova to vote in the way that Moldova will be able to go on the European path.
So the political will is very important to continue the European integration.
I'm so happy you said this, because this is one of the most important things. You know, without political will, even if the people are in the majority pro-European, like in Georgia, you cannot move into on the European way. So political will and strong leadership, who is not, who is really doing the reforms which are necessary to become a member, and not just ticking box and doing something because Brussels has said so.
Can we integrate into the EU with a separatist region, because we have Transnistria?
We see Moldova as together with Transnistria, and the European Union respect your territorial integrity. It will be important that we will have a solution when the time will be ripe, meaning that we will have a solution when it will be necessarily. I hope that also people of Transnistria see a benefit of the EU membership or of the pro-European direction. As you know, during the winter time, when there was the energy crisis, we have a European Union offered help not just to both banks.
Yes.
And because it was impossible to see that there is a possibility that people will freeze in Transnistria because they have no energy. And we still have some money on the side for the country, but this will be then connected to some conditions. So we are still ready to help in the future, but Transnistria will have to move and will have to deliver.
Will Republic of Moldova and Ukraine go together on this European process of integration? Or there is a split scenario on the table also?
No, there is no split scenario. We have been sending our report or screening report on Cluster 1 fundamentals already in January for both Ukraine and Moldova to the Council. And now Council is in the seat. So now we wait for the Council decision to open the Cluster 1. We are waiting that all the member states will be in favor of this. We need the unanimity of EU 27. So we are also working on the bilateral issue between Hungary and Ukraine. And we are on a good way. And if we do it right, and we have to, I'm sure that we will then be soon able to open Cluster 1, Cluster 2, Cluster 6, for Ukraine and Moldova together soon.
So just the last question, you mentioned Romania. Romania has presidential elections. What will happen if there will be a president which has pro-Russian views in the context of the thing that Romania is one of the most important supporter of Moldovan European integration?
The people of Romania will decide who will be their president. Romania has benefited a lot of the EU membership and is a strong supporter of the enlargement today. And I hope that this will be also in the future. Why I have stressed this? My country, Slovenia, became a member in 2004. And we are a strong supporter because, European project is also about the solidarity. When I have said Romania has so many benefits. And we know, the public opinions show that the majority of the population in Romania is pro-enlargement, and I hope it will stay like this.
Thank you very much.
You're well welcome, and all the best, Moldova and people of Moldova.